Hey guys, greetings of the day, and I just hope that things are safe around you. My name is Ninad Bhatt from Serpent Consulting Services Private Limited, and welcome to the third part of a sequence wherein we are discussing freight management solution. So I also hope, guys, that you already have gone through the earlier two videos of the series. We started by discussing the basic navigation and basic menu items to the configuration options available for our solutions. All right. So in this particular video, what exactly we are going to discuss will be the master data manager menu, and we'll be discussing the more options available pertaining to the shipping operations and freight operations. All right. But yeah, prior I start explaining you the features, I would say that the master data is again more or less like configuring a solution with some further options available. Because see, inside the configuration, what exactly we had configured were some of the basic things out there. Let's say the ports, vessels, containers, and all this. But again, when we are working with the shipping orders, just to take some more examples, I would say, if I want to create the new one. So in the last videos, we have taken some examples, let's say the landing and discharging ports, and how the pre-configured data and the pre-configured information help us out. The same goes with the master data, and master data menu item also having some of the options wherein we will be able to enter some of the information, and that will directly come in handy while we work with the shipping orders. So for the master data, I would say there will be two things in major. Let's say the customer. So let's assume that we are creating a shipping order here, and we are simply mentioning whether we are exporting or importing something. And the directly next question would be about the customer. Who is the customer to whom we are going to sell our services, right? So of course there will be a long list. We will simply be able to select the customer from the list. We have an option to search for more, or we have an option to create the new record on the go. But in case of the customers, in case of the returning customers, I would say, if you have this information pre-fitted in your system, that will surely gonna help you. And of course that will be time saving, as you know, we have seen in some other examples as well. So same goes with the agents. So in the shipping fraternity, in the logistics fraternity, there would be some companies which will not be taking care of the direct, which will not directly be taking care of the shipping operations, but these people would be the freight forwarders, or in simpler words, we would say the agents, right? So in such cases, the system should be capable enough to manage the list of agents that you are working with. Let's say in our case, Shipwell Logistics is working with. So for that, we also have an option to pre-configure that data as well. We simply can go inside the master data, and we simply can configure the agents over here. But again, we have an option to create the new record on the go from this list as well, and that information will directly be added inside this respective sections as well. All right. So yeah, so in this video we are going to have a brief look inside the services, how to create and manage customers, and how to create and manage vendors and agents. So that's going to be the major agenda for this video. So let us first start with the services. Prior I start discussing it further, there's an important note to make here, is that not to be confused with the services that we are offering to our clients. It doesn't talk about the freight services actually, but if you go inside the master data and if we create some more records inside the services, which means that these are the services which will be taken by the people associated with a particular freight when it will be in a commute, right? For an instance, there is a ship with hundreds of containers, and there would be hundreds of people, on the deck on the ship. And let's assume that the ship, a particular ship, can take some a couple of weeks to reach to its destination. So during which all the expenses, all the accommodation taken by the members, or all the accommodation or the food purchased by your employer, or let's say by the people associated with that particular ship or a freight. So it's just like the reimbursement of the same thing, and it will simply be get added inside the invoice when we will be invoicing the client. It will also be having these values and these extra expenses which has been made by your employees. So that's how it works, and that's how the services thing is there in the master data. So now let's say if your team is already on a deck of a ship, and ship is in between the commute, but during which if they need to stay temporarily, let's say for a day or a two, at some particular port, or let's say at some particular nearby city. So in such cases, again, your employees and your people will directly be able to post that thing out, that which are the extra expenses that they have made, and accordingly, the same thing will get added inside the invoice when we are when at the end we will be invoicing our customer. So a very simple way to create that kind of services. Again, I think we may not have many a data inside here, because it will hardly be something pertaining to some kind of hotel or stay or food or anything which offers the kind of accommodation to your staff members or to the members and the people who are there on the ship and who are there with your freight. All right. But yes, the easiest way to create the same thing is that we are creating it like here. We are giving it a name. It's just like creating a product. In fact, it's just that the product form has been taken and has been modified to work with the freight thing. So we simply can mention it out there, whether the product is to be sold or not, whether the product is to be purchased or not. So you of course can mention it according to your practical requirement, and you can mention some other mandatory fields, and also you can mention some more information inside all of the fields as well, and which will of course come in handy when you'll be working with the shipping operations. So we have all these options. We have an option to create, to upload an image from here. It will simply be opening up your local device, and you will be able to select any of the image that you want to go with. So I'm currently discarding this particular option, and let's have a look at any of the pre-created service. Let's say food and stay, right? All the information have been filled in properly, and we simply can mention it when it comes to invoicing your clients accordingly. So it's like, I would say that in other words, it's like the reimbursement of the expenses done by your employees. And again, if your employees comes with that kind of reimbursement request, you simply can mention that amount on the invoice, and accordingly, the client will be paying extra for all the services taken by your members and by your employees. So that's how the services works in a master data. We simply go inside the master data, go inside the services, and we can create it there itself. All right, guys, to go further, we will talk about the customers. And again, to make you more clear, as I said that, there'll be an immediate question right after you mention whether you're going to import or export something. There will be an immediate question that who is that company, or who is that person we are going to sell our services to. So let's go inside the master data from here, go inside the customer, and that's how we simply will be able to create the new customer. If he or she will be an individual, we can mention it like this. In case of an organization, we simply will be checking the right option here, and we will be naming your customer. You will be naming your customer accordingly. So then it goes with the basic details like the company's address, some of the contact details available, right? And if you want to add some more people and more contacts under that particular company, so we always have an option for that as well. It will be creating an individual in this particular company that we are going to name here. right? We have some further options available like sales and purchase, invoicing, internal notes that you can use and that you can, that you can fill in according to your requirement. So for this particular demo, I have created a customer, let's say, just to make it quite more identical. I just have named it like our customer. We have entered the information pertaining to its contact information as well, and let's see how it goes further, right? So then further, if you go inside the shipping orders, and if you try to create the one here in this list, from the list we can see that the record that we just have created will be shown over here. So it's as simple as that. We are simply creating a customer from here, and the same list of customers will be made available at a time when we will need to enter the customer's name and further information. So let's go with the other option, which is nothing but the vendor. Now, I think the vendor can be anything. It can be a hotel where your staff members would stay, or it can be a place for a food where your staff members again can have some snacks and can invoice your clients accordingly. So this will nothing but will be the list of vendors that you are going to take some services, or your staff members will be taking some more services during the commute. So simply we can create the same thing over here. Again, it has the same kind of form. We simply will be able to enter the name of an individual or a company, right? We can mention the address information. We can mention some more information pertaining to the context and everything. And same goes with the other tabs. I mean, how it was working in case of customers, the same it works for the vendors over here. And at the end, to work with agents, the same way it will be listing down the agents. Let me show you one more thing over here, since we haven't created any record on the go. Let's say if you're going inside the customer, and if we are creating the new one, or let's say if we are simply entering, if we simply editing the existing one. The thing I just wanted to show you for this is that we have a checkbox available here, which is asking us that whether this particular record that you are creating is agent as well or not. So of course, as it seems that by checking it on, this particular customer again can be an agent as well. Or let's say there would be some agents who would not be our customers. So those agents again can directly be created inside master data and agents. So let's see what happens when exactly we are entering into one of the pre-created customer. And as we can see over here that this particular checkbox is on as of now, which definitely means that this particular customer should also get listed inside the agents as well. And yes, the record is there. Suppose if we are unchecking that particular record, we say that it's not an agent, it will still be there inside the list of customers, and will get listed when we are selecting the customer. But again, I think it will not be there inside the agent. So let's make a change in the reverse order. Now let's go inside the customers, and let's mention to a system that this particular record is not only a customer but working as an agent as well. Let's check it on. Let's save the record. Let's go inside the master data. Let's go inside the agent, and the record is now became available to us. So I think that will be. I would say that that's the beauty of Odoo, and that's the beauty of a solution, that it's flexible enough uh, to help you configure your solution in a way that you want, and help you uh, uh, viewing the data, viewing that data that you want, in fact, right? So now, since let's try some more things around that. If you go inside the customer, and if let's say we have specified that, okay, this particular customer can work as an agent as well. So let's see where it comes as an effect. When we are selecting the customer, this record will be shown over here as well. When we will need to select an agent as well, the same record will be shown there. So as we have tried it earlier, let's check what happens when our customer is nothing more than a customer and not an agent. Let's go back inside the shipping. Let's go inside the direct shipping. Let's create the new record. Let's go inside the customer. So as you can see that it will be there inside the list of customers. It will allow you to access that particular record as a customer, but not inside the list of agents. Right? The reason is that we have unchecked that particular checkbox, which makes one of our customers an agent as well. So let's go and make that particular change again. Let's go inside our customer. Let's check it check it like this. Saving a record, shipping and direct shipping. We are creating a new record from here. Of course, it will be there inside the customers list, but now since we have checked that particular option on, it will get listed inside the agent menu as well. And we will quickly be able to select that particular record. So I think that is something from the practicalities of the market, that how the logistic fraternity works, how the logistics and freight company works actually, right? And this is nothing but this is the result of this flexibility that we have offered here in a solution is a result of a systematic development, and also a result of our approach to hear something from our existing clients. Let's say if we have any clients, if we have any existing clients who already have been working on our freight solution, or let's say who where we already have implemented the freight kind of solution, based on their inputs also we can make some changes inside our solution. And also we are having a very good number of talented people who suggest some more changes inside the system, and that's the reason that the system is flexible enough and the system is cool enough to offer you such features and functionalities. So guys, I think that is pretty much about master data over here. And as I said, and to reiterate the fact that entering the details into the master data again helps you configure your system in a much better way, at a much better level, and hence you will seamlessly be able to use the major functionality of your solution, which is nothing but the shipping operations. All right. So guys, thank you very much for joining in this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to click on that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our further videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Have a nice day.